Good morning, and welcome to this annual event that we're having in celebration and remembrance of women's veterans and women of service. I want at this point to say the following. We're going to open with an honor guard, and we're then going to have the national anthem led by Sergeant Major Mary Kay Messenger. At that point, we'll come back in and we'll proceed with the program. We want to start at 11:11, which was the time that World War I ended. So we're precisely on time now, and I present the honor guard. What? If the honor guard could now present the colors. So much for planning.
They're making some adjustments. Just stand by.
We're now on standby. So we'll be about 30 seconds, I'm told. If the color guard could present the colors.
And salute.
Please join me in the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I would now request that U.S. Army Chaplain Major Jonathan Bailey give us an invocation, if he would come up.
Let us pray. Eternal God, we are grateful for the privilege we have to recognize and honor the service of these fine women. Each of them have embodied a commitment to their nation, this city, and their communities that is worthy of praise. May we be reminded today, whether or not we wear or have worn a uniform in the past, that we each need each other. Our diversity, varied talents and gifts, and unique perspectives and ideas, when shared in service to others, make the world, our great nation, this great city, and our communities better places for life to flourish. May the examples of the women we honor here today spur each of us to dedicate ourselves to serving one another. In your name we pray. Amen.
We'll now have a series of, it's been a great team that's worked on putting this together over the years. And you'll hear from leaders of each of them now. I call on Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright, and she'll be represented here.
Esteemed guests and award recipients, good morning, and welcome to the 5th Annual Women's Veterans Day Tribute Ceremony. My name is Harley Neiditz, and I come with remarks from Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright, who serves the Upper East Side, Yorkville, and Roosevelt Island. As we know, Veterans Day is observed annually on November 11th, marking the end of World War I to honor the men and women who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces. In keeping with this solemn occasion, our organizing committee received a special tribute 5 years ago to spotlight the brave women who have served our country. Assemblymember Seawright takes great pride in chairing the committee that started this tradition with Howard Teach. In 1932, a Central Park Memorial grove of 24 trees and flagstaff opened in tribute to the American women who died overseas during World War I. Over time, memories of these heroic women and others who served have unfortunately faded. Today, this grove, almost lost to history, remains the only memorial to women veterans in Manhattan. Fittingly, we gather again at this peaceful refuge, nestled in our teeming city, to honor 7 outstanding women for their contributions, sacrifices, and leadership with the 2023 Women in Service Awards. Now, it is my sincere pleasure to hand it back over to Howard Teach.
We stand here today in Central Park in a grove that represents women who stood for what is right and good in a world that often has gone off track. This grove was created in the 1920s, as you've heard, to pay tribute to women who served in World War I with its impressive flagstaff, flying the flag of our country, the red, white, and blue. We have come a long way in advancing rights of women in America since then, as these women could not serve in the United States military in those days. They served overseas in support roles, and in World War I essentially through the good auspices of France as healthcare workers and nurses, treating those on the battlefield, fighting for freedom. Today we have a world that still does not carry out the nickname given to World War I, the war to end all wars. And though we do have a world that has advanced great opportunity of equality to women in America, as you will see embodied in those who we will be honoring today, we still have a long way to go for bringing equal justice to women in many countries throughout the world. Our greater humanity need be the embodiment of this grove, one that represents and messages out through the duration of its trees and the beauty of its flowers and grassy knoll, the best possibility of who we are in our time and earth. And in our message for future generations, our legacy, a message of healing the world. Our dream and goal for this grove is to have worldwide recognition of New York City Women's Veterans Grove, one of only a handful in the country honoring women of service and distinction today. We see the day when visitors come down from blocks away and from throughout the world. Come to this grove recognizing and celebrating the stories that live with these women and all those who have followed in their steps to create a better world. We invite all of you to adopt this grove as a place for contemplation and discovery of positive action, and I would thank the extraordinary people who have already supported our efforts in bringing renewed recognition to this gem of the 1920s. For now, 100 years later, we need this renewed energy to carry our message of human goodness to descendants in the 22nd century and beyond. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce the interim regional CEO, Selena Cirillo of the American Red Cross in Greater New York.
Good morning, everyone. I am Selena Cirillo, and I'm the proud interim CEO for the American Red Cross of Greater New York. As a proud daughter of a Vietnam veteran, I could not be more proud to join this special tribute in its 5th year. Thank you to everyone who has helped organize this event. Your vision and desire to shine a light on the women who serve our city and country is admirable, and I am deeply grateful to be part of this tribute to women of service. The American Red Cross began as the vision of another extraordinary woman of service, Clara Barton. During the Civil War, she risked her life to help wounded soldiers from both sides, Northern and Southern. Her selfless humanitarian action laid the foundation for this organization, now in its 142nd year. Far ahead of her time, Clara forged a path for women who care about serving the greater good. I want to express my deepest appreciation to the countless women today who give of themselves to help others. Military service members, community volunteers, public servants, and everyone in between. There are so many women who deserve accolades for their service, far too many to honor at one event. But we know who you are. You should know that we see you and we appreciate you. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
And now I would call up Cassandra Alvarez, Chief of Staff, New York City Department of Veteran Services.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cassandra Alvarez, and I'm the Chief of Staff with the New York City Department of Veteran Services. Happy Veterans and Military Families Month, and welcome to our tribute to the women who serve our city and country. We hold this ceremony at this specific location each year because it is near a grove of trees, as Howard mentioned, that was first planted in the early 1920s to honor the women who served during World War I. It is indeed a special place. I first want to acknowledge our Commissioner, Lieutenant Colonel James Hendon, and our Deputy Commissioner, Glenda Villarreal, who are here with us today, in addition to other members of the Adams administration, Ms. Liz Loros, who serves as Deputy Mayor Ann Williams-Isom's Chief of Staff, New York City Emergency Management Commissioner and Marine Corps veteran Zach Giskel, and NYC Emergency Management First Deputy Commissioner Christina Farrell, and NYPD First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Kinsella. I also want to thank the organizing partners who have worked with our agency to create this powerful recognition event for the past 6 years. The Red Cross of Greater New York, the Howard Teach Network, Marion Pardo and the Columbus Citizens Foundation, and Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright. We are grateful to you for helping us create this space to salute women of service each year. Congresswoman and New Yorker Shirley Chisholm once said, "Leadership does not mean putting your ear to the ground to follow public opinion, but to have the vision of what is necessary and the courage to make it possible." The women we will be honoring today embody Shirley's wisdom because they have the vision and courage to serve our city and country during both its happiest and darkest days. They do not pick and choose when to serve. They are always present, and they always answer the call of duty. Though there are still many glass ceilings that need to be shattered, we are lucky to live in a country where women, such as today's honorees, have been trusted to serve America and stand as an example to the future generations of women and girls who will no doubt follow in their footsteps. Our country owes our women veterans, service members, Gold Star mothers and wives, military caregivers, and public servants tremendous gratitude. Thank you, and thank you today and for every day for seeing the bigger picture and for helping humankind. We salute you. I will end with a quick PSA for our New York City veterans and their families. The New York City Department of Veteran Services is here to support you. You can visit nyc.gov/veterans call 212-416-5250 or follow us on social media at NYC Veterans. Thank you very much.
And now I would ask Marion Pardo, Board Chair of the Columbus Citizens Foundation, to come up.
Thank you, Howard. I am Marion Pardo, Board Chair of CCF, the Italian American Heritage Organization in New York City. As neighbors of this area, we are delighted to participate in the revitalization and the recognition of this very important monument. We look forward to continue to support it as interested neighbors. And with that, the keepers of this very important area, New York City, the Central Park Conservancy, to which we owe a debt of gratitude for keeping this park the monument that it is, and hopefully the Women's Monument always an important part of it. And with that, I pass this on to the representative of the Conservancy, Mary Caraccioli. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Central Park. It's great to see you. I'm Mary Caraccioli, or Marion said it properly. It's been Americanized a little bit. It's great to see you all. I represent the Conservancy. The Conservancy was entrusted by the City of New York to care for this park 43 years ago. Now, a little history lesson. Anybody who was around New York in the 1970s and 80s, do you remember what this park looked like? Yeah. A few of you? Yeah?
Oh, yes.
It was a dust bowl, right? This park, which was created 165 years ago, had turned into just a place that had deteriorated. So 40 years ago, a group of neighbors, park lovers, got together and they formed the Central Park Conservancy. And 40 years later, you have this park that you have today. Over $1 billion has been invested into this park by the people of New York through their donations, the expert care of the Conservancy, and our staff that's in caring for it every day. So why do I share this story with you? One, it's good to know. It's one of those stories that people aren't really familiar with. They think this just happens. Also to say that these moments, like what we're having today, don't just happen. So Howard mentioned the committed group of people who 5 years ago said, we need to honor the women who were honored here almost 100 years ago with this grove. So it is the community members who come together, who say, we don't want this group to be forgotten. 40 years ago, it was a group of neighbors who said, we don't want this park to be forgotten. 5 years ago, it was the group that you've heard about today, who said, we don't want the women who served in that wretched war, World War I, to be forgotten. So today, we thank them. We thank the folks who created this event today, because it is about getting our collective memory back and remembering those who have served. As we do that, we invite everyone to step up and serve in the city. Good things don't just happen. The things you love about New York City, they don't just happen. It's people who say, I'm going to raise my hand, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to get others who are like-minded, we're going to do this, and we're going to make things happen, not for our generation, but for the next. So today, I want to thank and honor all who serve, particularly our veterans, and thank them, and may none of them ever be forgotten. Thank you.
It gives us a great honor to have with us again this year the Consul General of France, Jeremy Robert, and at this point I would also like to acknowledge Alain Dupuy, the President of the Federation of French War Veterans, who's with us today. If the Consul General could come up and say a few words, we'd appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I am Jérémy Robert, the Consul General of France in New York, and I'm glad you mentioned the presence of the French Federation of War Veterans. As a representative of France, a country which has fought so many wars, a country which has the oldest alliance with the USA, and our support goes as far back as the liberation and the war of independence of the US, I would like to express our gratitude. Gratitude to the thousands of women who played a role who participated in the liberation of France, the liberation of Europe during World War II and also World War I. I give you two examples. One is Anna Morgan, the daughter of J.P. Morgan. During World War I, she was a nurse, and she played a big role in his capacity as a nurse in setting up a structure to welcome the injured French soldiers and American soldiers and treat them. I also give you the example, even though she was not an American soldier, but of Josephine Baker, that you know very well, who was a spy, who acted as a spy during World War II. But beyond these two examples, I want to stress the importance of the more confidential role played by so many women, thousands of women, for the liberation of our country, our Europe from tyranny, and we will never forget. Long live our alliance with the US. Thank you very much.
I just want to mention we're particularly honored that the French consulate has been represented each year because this grove, when the women served over there, World War I was really in France. And it was these women working together with the people in France that really made a difference and honored here. So thank you. At this point, I would like to introduce a most amazing woman. We've been so fortunate. We awarded you a few years ago, I think, and felt honored then. And in the last couple of years now, to have her as the really person who takes the rest of the program in terms of the award ceremony. And that's Captain Merchant. And she, I must say, is a most extraordinary person, leaving the Coast Guard now, and I must say, and I just learned it the other day, now will be an admiral next year, or soon, I guess. It's an extraordinary achievement, but someone you can imagine why they would, and we're fortunate to have her in that position. And I just got a commitment that she's going to give a real possibility, notwithstanding she's going to be in Washington, D.C., that she'll be here next year as well to continue the tradition. So Captain Merchant, if you would please come up.
Thank you so much, Howard, and it is truly a pleasure to be here today. And before we start the award portion of this ceremony, I would like the color guard to stand by. Color guard, post the colors. With a win, please stand by and hold the colors throughout the program. Our color guard would do that. Thanks for our volunteer. Thank you so much. All right. Well, again, thank you and welcome so much to everyone that's here to our 5th annual celebration of women who serve our city and our country. It is my pleasure to be the MC again for this wonderful tribute to our women in service and to be here at this Women Veteran Memorial Grove. I would like to thank again Sergeant Major Mary Kay Messenger for a beautiful rendition of our national anthem, and to the New York City Army Recruiting Battalion of our all-female color guard representing colors this morning. I am Captain Zeta Merchant, Commander of Coast Guard Sector New York, and a past Women in Service honoree. In my role, I have the honor and the pleasure of ensuring the safety and security of our port and our waterways, that's responsible for overseeing the movement of billions of dollars in cargo every day and the safe and secure movement of that cargo, and more importantly, the millions of people that transit our waterways every day. I'm also extremely honored to have a formation of women represented by not only the Coast Guard, but our Marines here today. And we even have one of our K-9s that service our area and keeping our waterways safe. And she is a female too, by the way, Ultra. Please take time to meet our people today and thank them for the service that they give our nations all day and every day, 24/7. And today we are truly excited to honor 7 incredible women whose stories are inspiring and a testament to the power of volunteerism and how being a servant leader helps make the world a better place. We will hear about each one of these amazing women in service over the next couple minutes, although we can only scratch the surface of their contribution to our service, to veterans, our community here in New York, and really just their work around the country and around the world. Just as exciting for me is the opportunity to invite the host of friends, supporters, and colleagues to introduce our honorees. First up, I would like to invite my good friend, Commissioner James Hendon, to present the first award. Commissioner Hendon currently leads the New York City Department of Veterans Service. As mentioned, he is a U.S. Army veteran and previously served as the director of NYU Veterans Future Lab and other roles and tremendous accolades that are too numerous to mention. Please welcome Commissioner Hendon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Goodness. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah. First, giving honors and salutations to all the leaders, the organizers, supporters here, and the servants here today. My name is James Hendon. I serve as Commissioner for the New York City Department of Veterans Service, and it is my pleasure, it is my joy to present one of today's 2023 Women in Service Recognition Awards here at New York City's Women Veterans Memorial Grove to present to Ann Williams Isom, Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services for the City of New York. I'm blessed to know Deputy Mayor Ann, as we call her, as one of her direct reports. In her capacity as Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services, DM Ann supervises 10 different agencies in the city. Health and Hospitals, Department of Social Services, Health and Mental Hygiene, Administration for Children's Services, Department for the Aging, Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, Office of Chief Medical Examiner, Office to End Gender-Based Violence, Office of Community Mental Health, and DVS, Department of Veterans Services. So when you think about issues that involve public health, children's welfare, veterans issues, when I think about her, 3 words come to mind: empathy, brilliance, and resolve. Empathy is Deputy Mayor Ann's ability to understand where someone is coming from, to take it in emotionally and mentally and spiritually, regardless of how different they may be from her and regardless of what their situation or state is. Brilliance is the ability to craft a vision and an end state and put it in front of her subordinates to teach, coach, and mentor them in order to accomplish critical goals. Resolve is her ability to stand tall in the arena and still execute at 110% of her capacity, being the best of the best, even in the face of adversity. What makes Deputy Mayor Ann a giant in my eyes is the things that go unseen. It's the numbers we don't report. It's the folks who did not have that health incident, who did not go hungry, who did not wind up on the street, who were not abused, for our veterans who were not forgotten, the things that are just intangible, really just can be chalked up to her excellence. Also, when you look at what she's doing, you take the stock of her starting out as a community affairs associate with NYPD, working in the legal space in the private sector for a while, but doing lots of pro bono work, then winding up at the Administration for Children's Services, COO, then CEO for the Harlem Children's Zone, being at Fordham's Graduate School of Social Work, as a chair of child welfare studies, if you look at this through line of things, it's that ability to not just lead organizations, but to lead leaders of organizations. That's some special sauce, y'all. It is very unique to not just have a house, but to be able to work with others who have houses and to still get them to get to the place that is right. Shirley Chisholm once said, service is the rent we pay for our room here on earth, and given her actions and the extent to which Deputy Mayor Ann's work touch all, 8.5 million people in New York, when folks go through tough times or have needs, they touch something that is led by her. Given all those things, when you strip it away and take away the ranks and the titles and we're just people, just souls helping other souls, she has paid her rent through service in spades. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to present this award to Deputy Mayor Ann Williams Isom, and receiving the award on her behalf, because y'all know Superwoman stays busy, right? So she had another pressing issue, so she could not be here, but she wishes she could. Accepting on her behalf is her Chief of Staff, Liz Loros. Ladies and gentlemen, accepting for Deputy Mayor Ann, Liz Loros. I don't know, they do picture? Okay, good. All right, go get them.
Thank you, Commissioner Hendon, for such beautiful and true words. The Deputy Mayor is truly sorry that she can't be here today. She was called away at the last minute, and she attended this event last year and told us that it was one of her favorite, her real highlights of her time in the administration, which many of you can imagine says a lot. And it's just such an honor to accept this today. She really wanted to give her congratulations to her fellow honorees and to all the other women in service, and asked me just to share a few words to everyone. She asked me to share that all of us are serving amidst challenging times. Those of us in public service in the city today, we came into office during the Omicron surge happening with COVID-19. Most recently, we've been responding to the global humanitarian crisis that has brought thousands of people seeking asylum to the 5 boroughs, and many of them are receiving help from our colleagues here today, represented by the Red Cross, our colleagues who are serving in the National Guard, and our colleagues throughout the city, state, and federal government. The Deputy Mayor is just struck when she thinks about these women in service by the energy, the commitment by which all of you approach your work. She thanks you for being driven to serve, to move towards a higher purpose than yourselves, to help your communities. So on her behalf, thank you for all you do, for all you have done, and all that you will continue to do to make New York City and your communities better by continuing to serve. It is a real gift you're sharing with your fellow New Yorkers, and it is what makes the city work. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Hendon, and we are excited to have presented the award to Deputy Mayor Ann. Next, I would like to invite another good friend and partner, Commissioner Zach Iscol, to the podium to present the second award. Commissioner has currently leads the New York City Emergency Management Department and is a decorated combat U.S. Marine veteran. See, we have a pattern here of veterans that's presenting awards. He has also built and led the Headstrong Project, which helps provide mental health to veterans. Please welcome Commissioner Iscol.
It's quite an honor to present this award to Christina Farrell. First off, I just think it's so wonderful that we're doing this event today, and that we're not just taking something that when we think about service, we generally think about military veterans in service. And one of the conversations that James Hendon and I have had repeatedly is about this idea of sort of national service. And often you think about it in terms of military service, but there's so many different ways that you can serve. I've been very lucky in my role as Commissioner of New York City Emergency Management to have an incredible partner, Christina Farrell. Christina and I first met about 1.5 years ago. I was getting ready to take this job, and I met somebody who has been with this city through thick and thin. thick and thin. Christina, how long have you worked with the city for? 29 years she's been with the city.
I was 5.
She was 6 years old, Christina, 6 years old. Let's not lie here, let's not lie. But during that time, she has been there for New Yorkers through storms, through blackouts, through terrorist attacks, through COVID. And not only has she been through the city during that entire time, not only has she stuck by the city and supported the city, but one of the most important lessons you learn as a leader in the military is your most important mission is taking care of your people. And I did not know what I was walking into with this agency when I took this job. But I found a partner in Christina who shares that ethos. And she is somebody who has not only been there for the city, but she is always there for the people who do the work, keeping this city afloat during incredibly difficult times. And there's sort of no greater calling or example of leadership than that. And so, Christina, it's my great honor to present this award to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you to Zach and to Captain Merchant and everyone here today. I am honored to be here, grateful to be recognized, and humbled to stand with such amazing women. It's particularly meaningful to be honored by the American Red Cross in Greater New York, as they are New York City Emergency Management's closest non-governmental partner and with us at every emergency. Like many of us here and all of today's inspiring honorees, I felt called to public service. As a college student, I worked on Capitol Hill, thinking service at the federal level might be my path, but I figured out quickly, no. As a grad student at UNC Chapel Hill, I focused on public administration and loved figuring out how I could best serve our cities, states, and country. In grad school, I realized that I like to concentrate on details, coordination, and a mission with an imperative to get things done quickly. So I decided to focus my career in local government and came back to my New York City roots. Serving this city felt like I found my calling. The projects were fast-paced, the work was demanding and valuable, and the needs of New Yorkers always left more to do. Through the foresight of a good female mentor, I ended up where I was meant to be 20 years ago, in the growing profession of emergency management, helping New Yorkers prepare for emergencies, coordinating the city's response to crises, and aiding survivors in their recovery from disasters. As an emergency manager, I answer the call to service by helping New Yorkers in their darkest hours, doing work that can change and even save lives. We mitigate disasters, find creative and novel approaches to serve the most complex problems, and help people at scales previously thought to be impossible. I have dedicated my career to serving this city and its people, and it has been tremendously challenging, exhilarating, and gratifying. Emergency management is also a demanding field that requires total dedication, sacrifice, tenacity to overcome challenges, passion for serving others, and calm leadership in the face of chaos. I would not have been able to continue my path of public service without the support and understanding of my husband Tim, our 4 kids, and my friends, who have also sacrificed as I've worked long hours that blend into days and nights, missed holiday gatherings, and skipped many social occasions while responding to power outages, hurricanes, severe heat, snowstorms, public health, explosions, and much more. And that was only like my first year. As all of today's honorees know, there is nothing more rewarding than being able to help the people of this country. I'm grateful that I've been able to spend the majority of my life doing it, and I'm proud of the process of moving emergency management into the future by making sure that New Yorkers and our communities are prepared for the risks we will face ahead, that our city is ready to respond to whatever emergencies come our way, and that the next generation of emergency managers is supported as they too answer the call to serve. Thank you for this tremendous honor, and thank you to my fellow honorees for your service.
Thank you, Commissioner, and congratulations again on that well-deserved award. Next, I would like to invite another great friend and supporter, Erica Newhouse, to the podium to present the third award. Erica currently serves as the Executive Director of Blue Star Families, New York Tri-State, and an organization which was founded by military spouses to empower and support military families to thrive as they serve. Please welcome Erica.
Good morning. It is my absolute honor to be presenting my boss, my mentor, and Blue Star Family's CEO, Kathy Roth-Duquet, with this award. She has inspired me and women across our organization and across this country to help support military families. And I couldn't be happier to stand here today. Kathy is an author. She's an attorney. She's a former government official. Kathy is also a military spouse. And through her years of service and her husband's service, raising 2 children, she recognized that there was a need for military families to receive more support. And so from that, in 2009, along with some other spouses, they formed Blue Star Families. Under Kathy's leadership, Blue Star Families is a thriving organization with a $10.3 million budget and over 71 employees, serving tens of thousands of members and reaching 1.5 military families throughout the country. While many organizations find themselves struggling, Kathy is leading Blue Star Families and supporting military families like no other. And it is my absolute honor and privilege to present Kathy with this award today.
Well, what a wonderful award. And I'm so grateful to Captain Merchant and to the American Red Cross for presenting this to me. And I accept it on behalf of the New York chapter, Erica and the others who are with it and before us, and all the military families, the currently serving military, active duty, Guard and Reserve, all components, including the Coast Guard, of course, and our transitioning and veteran families here in New York who we serve. I am so lucky to do the work that I do. I love it because I love this country. I feel very, very grateful to be here. My 4 grandparents all immigrated here and came through Ellis Island, fleeing persecution. I looked into my family background a bit during the pandemic, as many of us did, and I discovered nothing good happened really ever for generations in the old country. But here in America, so many things have been possible. And among the things that make that possible is our military. So when I married into a military family, it was a great honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be part of serving that country. But it was also harder than it needed to be. And it was harder than it needed to be, not because of the mission, but because the military lifestyle makes it very challenging for the families, and it is families who serve now today. The average person serves in the military 9 to 12 years. They're married, they have children, and they're moving around. It's harder than it needs to be, and it makes it harder for people to continue to serve. But we need them to continue to serve because we need security, to have stability, to have prosperity, so that we can have freedom, so that we can have justice. All of that rests on us. And the Pentagon doesn't own that, and Congress doesn't own that. We all own that. Just as we own this park, and we have to be involved in making it beautiful, we own the people who serve our country and make us safe so we can have all of their blessings can flow. So Blue Star Family's mission is to tell that story and to help people where they live achieve that wonderful life with their neighbors, activating their neighbors. Here in New York, tens of thousands of currently serving military and their families. All services, including Coast Guard, National Guard, Reserve, and then those transitioning service member coming back. There's a role everyone can play. These people behind us have play an amazing role with it. Our chapter gets the great privilege of helping people integrate them into this community and that's great for everyone. So I appreciate this honor and having the opportunity. If you don't know Blue Star Families here in New York, come get to know us. We look forward to serving together with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica, and thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much for supporting us, specifically here in the New York area. Can't say enough about the work that you do for our military service. All right. Next, I'd like to invite two great champions back to the podium for our fourth award, and that's Howard Teach and Marion Pardo. Howard currently serves as the president of Howard Teach Network, and Marion currently serves as the board chair of the Columbia Citizen Foundation. The two of them have been instrumental in organizing this event each year and in reinvigorating this beautiful Memorial Grove space. Welcome, Howard and Marion.
Thank you, Captain Merchant. It is our very great pleasure to introduce First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Casella. She started with the NYPD just 20 years ago, and I say just because it really is the blink of an eye in a long career, and is a testament to all she has accomplished, having been appointed First Deputy Commissioner in July of this year, and also having served New York City through all of the boroughs. Importantly, starting out in her own home borough of Staten Island. And with that, I will pass this along to Howard.
As you mentioned, Staten Island, someone who, and where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay, come on up. And as someone who's a 3-time marathon finisher, I'm so in awe of you having run it on Sunday.
Hey,
You know,
I'm feeling it.
and we want to recognize that you ran it for your father, who's in recovery. And we only wish you and the family the best. So we're thrilled that you're here, and congratulations if we could present you with this wonderful award.
Thank you.
I'm a little shorter than everyone else. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And thank you for such kind introduction. My dear friend, Captain Merchant, I'm truly honored to be here today with all you wonderful women. I'm a daughter of a veteran, Army veteran, my mother. And thank you for this award. To all the extraordinary women who are being honored alongside me. Each of you have made an impact on the lives of New Yorkers and on our nation. Your commitment to service, whether in the armed forces, private, or public sector, is nothing short but inspiring. Congratulations to each of you. I stand here today as proof to the inspiration I've received from women throughout my life. Women like all of you, who have shown the power of service and dedication, who have led by example, and who have influenced the course of my career. I had the privilege of serving New York City 2 incredible decades. Just like many of you in this park, I fully understand the significance and responsibility that comes with wearing a uniform. The NYPD isn't just a blue shirt and blue pants. The uniform represents dedication, resilience, and commitment. It's a symbol of our city's strength and our resolve to keep our cities and streets safe. Every day I come to work, I'm reminded of our officers' dedication and generosity to the city. It's their hard work and unbreakable spirit that I carry with me today. And that is why I accept this award on behalf of all 53,000 men and women of the NYPD. Because our cops are the backbone of this city, the guardians of our communities, and the true definition of service. And it is my honor to stand with them today, every day, and to lead them. I'll say this one more time. Today, honorees have made and continue to make a difference in the lives of New Yorkers and Americans. And I couldn't be prouder to stand alongside them. Thank you for the special recognition and honor. I look forward to working with each of you as we make our beloved city safer and better for all residents. And a heartfelt thank you to the American Red Cross for hosting this beautiful event. May God bless you all.
Well, thank you all again. Thank you for your leadership and thank you for your service to our city. And next, I would like to invite Deputy Commissioner Glenda Villarreal to the podium to present the 5th award. Deputy Commissioner currently serves as the General Counsel and agency's Chief Contracting Officer for the New York City Department of Veterans Services and has previously served as counsel for various city agencies and in the private sector. Welcome, Deputy Commissioner.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me. Again, my name is Glenda Villarreal. I serve as the Deputy Commissioner and the General Counsel for the city's Department of Veterans Services. It is an honor to stand before you today as we gather to recognize the outstanding achievements and exceptional contributions of so many amazing women whose trailblazing journey and dedication have left an indelible mark on so many. One such individual is Mercedes Elias, who helps guide our agency as a member of the New York City Veterans Advisory Board. Mercedes is also the first and only woman veteran to assume the position of CEO at Amerivet Securities, a service-disabled, veteran-owned broker-dealer on Wall Street. Commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Marine Corps, Mercedes epitomizes dedication and commitment to service. Since separating from the military, Mercedes has extended her advocacy and representation to the broader community. Appointed by the Mayor of New York City to the Veterans Advisory Board, she actively champions equity and support for all veterans. Today, as we honor Mercedes Elias, we celebrate not just her accomplishments, but the doorways she has opened for future generations of women. Her journey from military service to corporate leadership serves as a beacon of hope, resilience, and dedication. It is my privilege to present this award to a true trailblazer and an exemplar of perseverance and leadership, Mercedes Elias.
Oh, look at that. Got the boss.
Thank you all. When you choose a life of service, you don't do it to be recognized for an award here at some point later in your career. You really do it to inspire the next generation to be able to continue that service like so many Americans have before us. I tend to join a lot of organizations that are very male-dominated. When I served in the Marine Corps, less than 6% of women were officers. In financial services, obviously, as Glenda mentioned, I'm the only woman veteran to lead a financial services firm on Wall Street. And why does that matter? Well, I'm a woman, I'm a Marine, and I'm a Latina. For women to know what possibilities are out there for them, they need to see people that look like them. People that have that same experiences that they had growing up, whether it's culturally, geographically, anything like that. I want to thank you all for this award because it allows us to tell our stories, to tell our experiences, and really share what possibilities there are for the other women here and the other generations of women that we hope will follow in our footsteps. Because really the goal is for women that we work with, women that we inspire, women that we meet, that they'll do more than we have, that they'll be more and accomplish more than we have, and really continue to shine and represent for all the women out there. So I thank you. And to my Marines, happy early birthday. Semper Fi.
All right. I don't think I could have said that any better. Semper Fi and Semper Paratus. So excited, and thank you for your representation because representation does matter. Next, I would like to invite Greg Porter to the podium to present our 6th award. Greg currently serves as the Director of Service to the Armed Forces and International Service for the American Red Cross in Greater New York, and has also served as in the U.S. Army as a veteran, and also served in other roles working in the federal government. Please welcome Greg to the podium.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. I am Greg Porter from the Red Cross, and it is my pleasure to participate in this wonderful event once again. Serving in the Army when I did, I had the privilege of working alongside many amazing women, and I feel incredibly lucky to continue working with talented women here in the Red Cross, including our next honoree. As you may know, the Red Cross relies on volunteers to do about 90% of our work, and that includes our service to help support military families. The tremendous volunteers help members of the military, veterans, and their families prepare for, cope with, and respond to the challenges of military service and beyond. Our next honoree is one of those volunteers, but she's so much more. Allison Bergman exemplifies the spirit of service, and I cannot express enough gratitude for the tireless work she does day in, day out to provide compassion to our service members, veterans, and their families. She founded Operation Cookie Drop, which delivers Girl Scout cookies to every branch of service worldwide and to veteran organizations here at home. Thanks to her work, the operation has grown from handing out 100 boxes in its first year of 2002 to recently surpassing the incredible 1.5 million boxes distributed globally milestone. I can tell you firsthand, having a little taste of home makes a big difference when you're stationed far away from here. Allison also volunteers with and leads countless local and community organizations supporting veterans and service members, far too many for me to list here. She's ready and willing to step up whenever she hears the call of service, and I cannot think of a better honoree who exemplifies the spirit of the Red Cross mission, nor cares more for the plight of our veterans and service members. It's my pleasure to welcome Allison Bergman to the podium, and I cannot put into words how much I appreciate your service to the Red Cross and to the veterans and service members throughout the world.
This way? Okay.
Hold that for you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much to the Red Cross Service for the Armed Forces for this lovely honor and recognition today. I'm standing here in front of strong and powerful women who've served our country and protected my freedom and liberty to be here, and in front of first responders who keep me safe at home. Thank you for all you do for us every day. 9/11 was my wake-up call, the catalyst for saying to myself, you can't wait around for someone else to do it, someone else to lead. You have to do it. Because of 9/11, I started Operation Cookie Drop, which became our Girl Scout Council's Cookies for Military and Veterans, as a way to send our support and cookies to our military. A few troops in my hometown of Bardsley sent care packages overseas to our military that first year in 2002. That year we sent 100 boxes to the USS Wasp, and this year Operation Cookie Drop and all our Girl Scouts donated another 100,000 plus boxes of cookies, bringing our total for 22 years to 1.5 million donated to our military. Over the 22 years, the cookies have been sent around the state, country, and the world. We have made so many friends through our outreach to the military and veteran communities. It's how we met the incomparable Mary Kay Messenger, who has sung for us at our OpTrop events and helped us get cookies onto the West Point campus during COVID. Same for meeting Captain Merchant, who we met when we brought cookies to Fleet Week. We worked with the USO for years, Blue Star Families for years, and especially during COVID, getting cookies for hungry guardsmen who were helping with COVID testing, food distribution in New York City. And of course, we have worked for years with the Red Cross Service for the Armed Forces, supporting programs throughout the New York region. I am so grateful to be an American, so grateful for living in freedom, safety, and I know I owe it to the service of others. This is the least I can do. This is my giving back for everything this country is giving me. Thank you for honoring me for something I love to do, which I do with the help and support of my family, my Girl Scout family and friends. God bless America and all who serve her. In the end, Operation Cookie Drop is just a box of cookies. I thank you for your service and sacrifice, handed out 1.5 million times from us to you, our military and veterans. Thank you so much.
All right. Allison, thank you so much. And as a Girl Scout, as we say, once a Girl Scout, always a Girl Scout. I thank you for your service to us, and I can't say enough about the amazing relationship we've had over the last couple years. So thank you so much. All right. Next, for our final award, I would like to invite Selena back to the podium. As mentioned, she is currently serving as the interim CEO for the Red Cross here in Greater New York, where I actually have the honor and pleasure of serving as a board member as well. I'm connected to all these people, and I love them all. But her permanent position is the CEO of the Illinois region. And Selena has previously served as a social worker prior to her time with the Red Cross. Please welcome her back to the podium.
What a wonderful tribute to these incredible women who have served our city and our country for so many years. It is my pleasure to present the final award of today to an amazing woman. Ginger Kelly is a Marine Corps veteran who now serves as a board member for the USO. She is a partner at Ernst & Young, where she co-founded the EY Veteran Network. Now in its 13th year, VetNet has grown from just 5 members to more than 3,000 known members. Ginger is passionate about helping active duty military members transition to civilian life, and has also dedicated time to amazing veteran community outreach programs such as Project Jericho and Veterans on Wall Street. It is my honor to welcome our final honoree of today, Miss Ginger Kelly, to join me at the program. Thank you very much. Ginger, thank you for your continued service and for everything you do. Thank you.
Good morning. I think it's good afternoon now, actually. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much to the Red Cross, to Captain Merchant, and all these lovely honorees that I am so privileged to be here with. I'll keep this really short and sweet. It really has been an honor and a privilege to, one, serve in the Marine Corps, but also to serve at an organization, Ernst & Young, that supports veterans in every way possible. You know, I started the VetNet group with, I think there was about 5 of us, and we are definitely in the thousands now. Hiring, onboarding, ensuring integration success is very important to us. So is community outreach. And it's been very much of an honor of mine to be able to serve on the board of the USO, to continue to be a part of supporting active duty members, military spouses, and being able to help with the transition. For those of you in the military that have done any time, you know, transition is not necessarily the most, I would say, robust program, probably across the military, regardless of what branch you are. And there's a lot of work efforts being focused on that. And the USO is very committed to that, as well as a lot of the organizations here in New York. So very privileged and honored to be a part of it. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you again, and congratulations, Ginger, on this award. And before we close, I would like to welcome back Sergeant Major Mary Kay Messenger to close us out with a song.
Thank you, and congratulations to all the awardees for all the great work you do and continue to do, and the inspiring all the young women. Please join us in God Bless America. I believe, I'm sorry, I'm a little biased. I know Allison very well, and it's one of her favorite songs, so please join in singing. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam, God bless my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you again, Sergeant Major, for that beautiful rendition of God Bless America. And thanks to everyone for joining us this November morning to celebrate 7 incredible women of service to our city and our country. Let's please give them another round of applause. Each of these women has done an incredible job giving back to their communities, whether it's through the military service, supporting service members, veterans, and their families, and through serving their communities and the government. We have come a long way from the time when this grove was established to honor Red Cross nurses who serve soldiers in World War I. But the spirit of service has thrived in the centuries that has passed since. And I leave you all today feeling inspired by each of these amazing women. Thank you all for coming, and we hope to see you again next year. And please take out time to say hello and thank you to our awardees as well as our service members here today. Have a blessed day.